Good morning, everybody, and how are you doing today? First of all, I would like to welcome you guys to the 17th episode of DJ Talk. Now, before we get started, I would like to say is that I hope you guys are receiving great news, but most importantly, I hope you guys are winning as well because I'm pulling for you guys. As long as Jehovah, the one and only, is there, he will make sure that we all win together. That's us. What 2023 will be all about. Hashtag winning season. So, if you guys haven't heard the last episode, it was truly a blessing in disguise. And it was a great feeling after talking about talking about it. Just like the topic. Hopefully it will be what we are hoping for in 2023. So make sure you guys go check that out. So without any further ado, I don't know how many times I'm gonna keep saying this. I'm gonna keep saying it again and again. Let's get right to it. In today's episode, we're gonna be talking about how to lead by example. What does it mean to lead by example? It means that a leadership style where you model the behavior you want to see in your team members. Good point. There are multiple steps of how to lead by example. So, in this case, we're going to be analyzing it together. So, we're going to start off by the first one. Listen to the team. Sometimes a leader may get too busy giving directives and managing the team so that they forget to listen to other leaders and even their followers. A good leader should understand that they do not know everything and that they can learn something new from the most junior employee. Also, most organizations have staff based on their expertise and experience in spec specific fields, and the leaders should learn to interact and listen to all employees. For example, if the manager in the expert investments, they may need someone from the accounting or marketing department to advise them on some issue. Number two, respect the chain of command. The organizations implement an organizational structure so that each person in the company knows who to report to if there are challenges in a particular department. If a leader fails to observe these chains of command, there will be confusion in the organization and the employees will be demoralized. Also, if the leader does not respect the chain of command, the employees will find it hard to report to their seniors, and this will cause disharmony among the employees. Number three, get your hands dirty. Although leaders are meant to give directions, they should know their trades well and get involved in the actual work. Excuse me. For example, A leader can be leading by example by accompanying the marketing team on a field visit to popularize the company's products. The example, the I'm sorry, the leader should pitch clients the same way the marketing staff is doing. And this will boost the overall moral of the team. Not only will the leader develop new skills and knowledge, but he will also build trust with the employees. Getting involved in the actual trade gives the leader a snapshot of the challenges that the marketing staff go through and help work out ways to make their work easier. Number 4, deliver a promised results. Good leaders must deliver actual results rather than just giving promises every time. They must work towards getting tangible results and focus less on the past achievements that they have not been able to equal afterward. Leaders can accomplish this by learning the art of delegation, where they can break down large tasks into smaller, manageable tasks that can be assigned to one or more employees. They can then follow up to check if the work was done accordingly to the required standards. Delegate, delegating duties helps to achieve results within a short time while getting everybody involved. Number 5, resolve conflicts quickly. Conflicts often arise in organizations between employees, leaders versus leaders, or leaders versus employees. How quickly the conflicts are resolved determines how competent a leader is. A good leader should arbitrate while when conflict arises to prevent the disagreements from stalling projects within the company. The employees should see that the leaders has the heart and the mind to embrace challenges so as not to break the organization. Number 6, value people. Appreciating the contribution of other people in the organization helps strengthen the relationship between the leader and the followers. The leader should exhibit good communication and listening skills such that no employees will feel inferior to other persons within the organization. Also, the leader should be honest, fair, and open to discussions that touch on the welfare of the employee, valuing the contribution of employees in the organization enhances the leader's ability to interact with people in a meaningful way. Number 7, follow through on your promises. One of the best ways to lead by example is by building trust. A good place to start is by following through on your promises. This shows the team your level of commitment and helps them place their confidence in you as a leader. You may find they are more willing to ask questions, take on extra responsibilities, and be more engaged team members. If an employees feel that they can't trust their leaders to follow through, they may feel disengaged and be unproductive. Number eight, come to work with energy. If you want to lead by example, come to work with a positive attitude and productive energy that translates to increase momentum and motivation as you go about your daily tasks. Your team will pick up your attitude and naturally mirror it, resulting in a product supporting supportive team that exhibits a great approach to getting the job done. Number 9, work alongside your team. The most effective leaders work alongside their teams. Even if you have an office, spend a lot of times outside of it. So your employees feel you're an integral part of the team. The more you work with them, the more you'll understand their skills, tasks, and projects. This will help you lead better, answer their questions, and guide them to success. If you work closely with your team, you'll build trust and boost team morale. Benefit Another benefit of working alongside with your team is that you'll have a more intimate knowledge of any struggles. You can then work on solutions to make the job better. Number 10, follow the rules. If you want your team to function at its best and be a place where everyone is accountable for their work, consider establishing rules. Rules don't have to be negative. They can help clarify expectations and responsibilities. To lead by example, follow the rules you've set and those of the organization. If you do, your team is less likely to bend or break them and instead help the workplace function more cohesively. Number 11, trust your team. Start by making sure your team understands the company's vision, values, and goals, and how they play into its success. Remember that every employee is hired for a reason, and each brings a particular skill set and experience to the role. If you trust your team to do their work well, you not only gain their respect, but also serve as an inspiration to other leaders in the workplace. Number 12, listen to others. Listen to your employees, fellow managers, and even the leaders you report to. Everyone has something of value to add to a conversation. Plus, listening to your team shows you respect. You respect them as people and for the work they do. And you want to know more about them so you can lead effectively, interact with them in a meaningful way so they feel confident in your abilities and are comfortable coming to you about any issues. The more you listen, the more you learn. Number 13, watch what you say and do. Influential influential leaders know their words and actions are up for interpretation. If you're leading by example, be aware of how your team could interpret what you say and do. Even in a stressful work situations, try to remain supportive of your team and offer words of encouragement. Number 14, engage in an honest, open communication. One of the most important elements of effective leaders is creating an open line of communication with your team members. Sajay Patolia, the founder and director of Techlogic, said that your own honesty and transparency should serve as an example for your team members. When you are responsible for a team of people, it is important to be straightforward, he said. Your company and its employees are a reflection of yourself. And if you make an honest and ethical behavior as a key value, your team will follow. Brownlee added that great leaders are able to customize their interaction and communication styles to suit each situation and team member based on individual preferences. This means that they take the time to figure out which communication mode is preferred by each team member. Are they a text person, email, or phone or face to face? They're also great listeners and are authentically interested in other people. Displaying active communication skills and transparency can build trust among your team and improve overall moral. Ruslan Vasiliev, CEO and founder of e-commerce solutions provided Equid, said that in all your communications, it's important to be genuine above all else. There are many leadership styles. There's no right and wrong, he said, but there are genuine and there's fake. There's no following to fake leadership. Number 15, connect with your team members. Leading a group of people requires a mutual sense of trust and understanding between the leader and their team members. To achieve this, leaders should learn to connect. Terry Starr Buckner Saint Marie, a leadership writer and consultant, said that being more being a more human leader requires positivity, purpose, empathy, compassion, humility, and love. These key traits will put you on the road to genuine connections with the members of your team. Building a real personal connection with your teammates is vital to developing the shared trust necessary to build a strong culture of accountability and exceptional performance. Saint Marie said, with that culture in place, the team can achieve a successful business, a happy team, and a fulfilled leader. To build a connection with each of your team member. Focus on getting to know their personality, interest, strength, weaknesses, hobbies, and preferences. This can give you insight into their goal, motivations. Patolia said that successful leaders allow their teams to develop autonomy and add value according to their own personal strengths. Being able to recognize the strength of individuals within their team and allowing them to be responsible and accountable not only increases employees' confidence in their selves, in their leaders, but also increases their performance. Number 16, encourage personal and professional growth. Acting as your team's cheerleader is an important part of being an effective leader. You should be invested in their success and growth. Carrie Ulrich, the CEO of HR consulting company Abrasi Group, said that leaders should set aside a budget, if only a small one, to dedicate to growth of their employees, with options as varied as on demand, virtual, and in person options. There's ample opportunity to continue learning new skills or further developing existing ones, she says. Empower your employees to take this time to learn and infuse that in their work they do. In addition to investing in your employees, growth financially should invest in emotionally. John Rapton, founder of CEO and Calendar, said that great leaders empower their employees to grow by giving them challenging opportunities and guiding them as needed. To motivate and inspire employees, leadership strategy is about empowering others to do their best and take on new challenges. He said, employees like challenges and feeling the satisfaction of overcoming them, whether it's a tough client, a difficult sale, a hard situation, or whatever the case. It's always good to let them take on these challenges. When leaders believe in their employees and give them the opportunity to learn and grow, they might be surprised how much they can accomplish. Don't be afraid to delegate tasks and encourage freedom and creativity. Number 7, keep a positive attitude. As much as a leader wish their team's day-to-day operations could run smoothly all the time, they are bounded to run into the occasional obstacle, whether it's a minor miscommunication or a major error. The way you handle a negative situation says a lot about your leadership skills. Robert Mann, author of The Measure of a Leader, iUniverse 2013, recommended focusing on the good in any set of circumstances. Look at the three positive things about a problem before you identify what makes it dissatisfying. The more you look at the positives in a problem, the more positively people react with one another. In his research, man has found that after individual points out things, they're happy with their problematic situation. They don't feel so strongly about the problem and are better able to think clearly and solve it. The same is true when a leader needs to improve their strategy. If you or a team member notice a particular course of action you've taken that just isn't working, figure out some things you've done in the past that have worked. Patolia added the focusing on solutions rather than problems can help your team maintain positive engagement. A positive environment is more likely to create a more engaged and productive workforce by displaying enthusiasm and confidence. A good leader will see the impact that they can have in their working environment. Number 18, teach employees instead of giving other orders. An effective leader knows how to show other what is required rather than simply telling them. Luke Lorio, president of CEO of the Institution of Professional Excellence in Coaching, or IPEC for short, said leaders should coach their team members toward a more collaborative, committed work environment without coaxing them. If you are controlling people to do certain things in a certain ways, you're not going to get the level of engagement that you're looking for, he said. Coaching is about helping the people you lead recognize the choices they have in front of them. People will then take a great deal of ownership over the direction of project as opposed to simply barking orders at team members. Rampton said that good leaders should encourage growth by teaching. People wouldn't grow if leaders never taught them any anything. Leaders need to be teaching so they can grow new leaders to take their place. Number 19, set clear employee goals and expectations. Setting clear goals and employees expectations for your team is key to employee success. When setting these objective encourage employee question a feedback including team in the process can increase engagement. Abi Amish Shah, president of ALTR Creative Diamonds, said that good leaders will also explain the company vision and how team member goals fit in the equation. For a leader to motivate and inspire, they need to keep their team in the know about their vision, he said. This helps employees understand the end result they're working towards as a unit. When goals are clearly set, everyone can track progress and identify achievements in a tangible manner. Ulrich also stressed the importance of explaining how these goals impact the organization as a whole. She said that regardless of seniority level, every employee should be able to articulate how the work they do supports the success of the company. Don't let team members' goals go static. Periodically revisit goals to modify or rearrange them as needed. This will let your team members know that you are present and aware of what they are working on. Number 20, give direct feedback about performance. Tasso Duval, CEO, a founder of the Top Tal Freelance Talent Network, said direct, honest feedback, even if it's criticism, is the best way to guide your team in the right direction. You also need to know exactly where your business is heading so you can give them the right advice. If you're not direct, if you're not direct, people won't know what you truly think about them and their work, and they will not never be able to improve, Duval said. If you don't know the precise direction your company is heading, no matter how much you've communicated to your employees and leadership teams regarding their individual performance, they will flounder when it comes to making decisions and taking actions. Once those basic principles are in place, deadlines regarding regular product plans, performance reviews, structure, and processes can easily be put into place. In addition to providing constructive feedback and performance reviews, highlight employee accomplishments. If a team member does something great, let them know, celebrate their wins, and thank them for their hard work. Positive recogn- positive recognition will create an environment of productive, said Sa. Acknowledging success by outlining how it's impact the business rather than with vague pats on the back is not only encouraging, but it also helps a person work better in the long run. Number 21, ask for the feedback of your leadership. Your team members aren't the only ones who can benefit from honest feedback. A true self assessment of your leadership can be difficult. So, mentors, fellow professionals, and even your own staff are invaluable in evaluating your effectiveness, according to St. Marie. Talking to friends and peers can give you necessary perspective on your leadership style and approach. Leadership coaching can also help you discover areas where you need to improve, where you need improvement. A professional who helps you develop a plan to achieve your leaderships goals can be more motivational than books and seminar alone. Coaching allows leaders to make the connection and apply changes in a real life setting. L'Oreal says you need to time to integrate, process, and reflect. Unless you go through those steps, you won't have sustainable change. Fazlev agreed, noting that your team can give you critical insight into what's working and what's not working and what obstructions you must overcome to achieve success. Number 22, be open to new ideas. Good leaders have the emotional intelligence to understand and accept the change is inevitable. Instead of trying to maintain a status quo just for the sake of consistency, embrace change and innovation. Be open to new ideas and alternate light ways of thinking. Everyone brings a unique perspective on the table, and that is something to take advantage of and not discourage. When you are open to hear the thoughts of the talent around you is when you are truly embraced every possibility and potential, said Sa. See things through to the end. Understand that there will be errors along the way. But if something doesn't work, try to figure out why and how before scrapping it. When solving a problem, encourage encourage team members to provide their insights. When employees feel like they can openly bring new ideas to the table, true innovation, engagement, and success can prevail. Number 23, understand your own motivation. If a person in a leadership position views their role as just a job, it's going to show. To be an effective leader, you need the right motivation. It is the money or the prestige you care about, or do you sincerely want to inspire people to do their best? Saint Marie advised leaders to really ask themselves why they want to lead. I look at leaderships as an honor and, and a vocation. If in your heart you feel leadership is your destiny, how you'll make a difference in this world, then you're certainly starting from the right place. In addition to what motivates you, Ulrich says it is important to know what decreases your energy. Knowing your strengths and weaknesses helps you diversify your team and get a well rounded portfolio of skills. It helps you not to hire carbon copies of yourself and surround yourself with others who are not like you. Your leadership style plays a role in how you interact with employees and should be evaluated as well. There are 9 different leadership styles, and the best leaders are able to adapt each style to their situations and employees. Number 24, be an ally. We all want to experience the best and the worst of bosses. Some people are so much fun to work with that you don't want to stop, and others, well, you wish that they worked somewhere else. It's great to be memorable as long as it's for the right reason. The question is, which sort of leader are you? An ally is someone who has your back, not just on the good days, but on the tough days too. They are the people who cheer you on when things are going well and provide you the tough love and the candid feedback when needed. Your success is dependent on those who work with and for you. And if you want to create a culture of candor and debate, collaboration, and teamwork, then the time to take action is now, right now. Remember that your people are not your enemy. If you treat them as your allies, then you'll have won them over. Number 25, give plenty of feedback. The old adage, no news is good news, doesn't cut it in a business environment. In the absence of feedback, most of us will fill in the blanks and create stories as to how we are perceived and whether we are valued. Unfortunately, these stories tend to assume the worst to be the bad news, and your employees will be looking for examples for your behavior that supports their story. The case of the prosecution, if you are of the opinion the others should act like grown-ups and recognize that if there's a problem, then they can be sure that someone above them will let them know. That's not leadership. That's abdication. Part of your responsibility as a leader is to let them know, let people know that when they are doing their jobs well, share the good news and not just the bad news on the consistent ba- basis. If you don't tell them, then they'll begin to wonder if they are. If they are wondering, then it means that they're not focusing on doing what's right. Number 26, make time for people. Leadership does not mean creating a vision of for the company and relaying it to the board of or your senior managers, all the while hiding in your lofty tower. People want to see your face and make eye contact with you. They want you to talk to them, to take an interest in them, in their job, in their workplace. One to one meetings with your direct reports are an important way of building a relationship that ensures that they are aligned in the goals that need to be delivered and that you understand their personal goals and aspiration. Town hall meetings where you and your leadership teams meet with your broader team can communicate what's happening within your function and the business as a whole. Avoid turning these into a one way monologue. Encourage questions and dialogue. And if you aren't sure how to call me, how? Call me. That's what they say. Skip levels meetings. This is where you meet a few people further down into your organization. Consider them fire set conversations, informal opportunities for your more junior employees to meet and get to know you, and for you to take a pulse on the culture and organization health. These are not about catching out your direct orders or your people managers. As you are walking through the office, pause by others' desks and say hi. Ask them what they are working on. Find out their plans for the weekend. It doesn't have to become a huge song and dance routine. In fact, avoid making it into a ritual. Be the genuine you. Your team will appreciate it. Number 27, support others, especially when they make mistakes. How you support others when they make mistakes, and when you do too, will have a huge impact on the candor and accountability within your team. Unless the mistake was deliberately or through came from a devil made care attitude, you need to support the person who made it. He or she will feel badly enough about it without you yelling, disciplining, or firing them. Few people make mistakes on purpose. Investing the time so you can understand and help them understand how the mistake happened, and just as importantly, how it will be avoided going forward, and is key. Remember, others will be watching. They will take note of how you respond, whether you handle it well or badly. They will remember your example. Number 28, set the right example. Many people are proud of the fact that they are leading by example, but the truth of the matter is that hardly anyone will emulate an example that they disagree with. In fact, all that you will do is make them uncomfortable. A good example is a work life balance. It's essential that people would work a sensible number of hours. If you're putting in 50, 60 hours a week or more, then there will be people in your organization who feel that they should too, but that will create an inner turmoil because they will be torn between what they perceive as your expectations for them and the responsibilities and indeed desires they feel towards their family and even their personal health. Don't force your employees to make a choice. Show them that work and life balance is so important that you practice it as well. And last but not least, number 29, invest in your own leadership development. One of the problems with personal and professional development is that those at the top have the habit of exempting themselves from the training they think that everyone else should get. They plead that they are too busy, too important, and already know how to do it. I've lost count of the middle managers who bemoan that they, the bosses should be in the class. In many cases, I have to agree with them. Learning is a long life commitment. While you are successful because of your knowledge, skills, and ability, you are also successful despite your blind spots, bad habits, and weaknesses. Pay attention to what is helping you succeed, and what might be holding you back, not just for your current role, but for your future aspiration. The time to hone your capabilities is today before you need to apply them. What's good for the goose is good for the gander. Make sure that you attend the same training that you expect others to go to. It's part of setting the right example, and you may surprise yourself and learn something. So you see, when it comes down to these interesting steps, we have to follow them. Because when you say you're going to lead by example, never doing by talking and do nothing about no trash talk and say, I'm going to lead by example. And you don't want people to misinterpret of what you say. No, absolutely not. You have to demonstrate it by action and show how everyone that they can rely on you and believe in you as well. At the end of the day, people are going to say, you know what? You know, I like this guy. You know why? Because he doesn't just say it, he does it. And that's the kind of leader that I would want to have on my team. I like him and I also admire his enthusiasm. That's that's what you call earning their respect. Keyword respect. In order to be respected, you have to have respect for others, respect for the veterans that paved the way, respect for your team, and most importantly, respect for yourself. Every great leader that you would see doesn't just talk the talk, he also walks the walks. In order to be a great leader, you have to put God first, have to be humble, have to be resilient, fearless, relentless, hunger, and most importantly, in control of your own emotions. So, to end this episode, I would like to leave you guys with a bit of something that will help you in the future. Never, and I mean never, be a follower, always be a leader. Remember that word, always be a leader. So, thank you guys for tuning in and stay tuned for more episodes of DJ Talk. Peace out and have a good day, everybody.